Welcome back to Legends, the Untold Story. I'm Anthony Newbold speaking with Deepak Bhaktanagar. Disaster in Grand Bahama. Still bad news down there. What do you see happening down there?
Well, I think that the hotel, I do not always in the tourism we say you need flights to bring in people, and sometimes airlines say whether you have enough hotel rooms. So I don't know where it's a situation where you put a horse before the cart or cart
Yeah.
before the horse.
Yeah.
So I think that one of the things, and I think Port Authority has a very big role to play.
Right.
And Port Authority is not what it ought to have been.
Yeah.
We have seen its ownership problems, and they should be the one who should go
To
out
drive whatever
drive there.
progress.
I must give credit to this government that they are trying so much so that they have appointed a minister responsible for Grand Bahama.
Yeah.
But even I think what will really happen is, if not the hotels, there could be some other things tried there, like medical tourism.
Right.
That will be perhaps will be the way to revitalize the
Yeah.
Freeport.
Yeah.
It is really my. I will be a very happy person. I really feel bad. There was time that I have spent very good times in Freeport, visiting those hotels, and putting the Lucayne Beach Hotel in operation. So, although I have lived in Nassau, but I also am equally, my heart is in Freeport, and if it happens, I'll be very happy for whatever happens for
Yeah,
Freeport.
whatever happens down there. 2000, and you have a new responsibility.
The government formed the airport authority, and I think this is happening all over the world, where airports are corporatized, as they say, where that rather than being part of the civil aviation, they are owned and operated by a separate entity. So airport authority was formed in May 2000. The bill was passed in May 2000. Early in the year, I was asked to be its founding director of finance, to make sure that Nassau Airport is taken over by the airport authority, put in a good financial footing. Government was losing like $8 to $10 million. We took it over starting February 2000. Mr. Brent Simnett was appointed to be the founding chairman. I really went there, but I was not freed from Hotel Corporation.
You're still part-time at Hotel Corp.
I remained part-time at the Hotel Corporation. Hotel Corporation still had one hotel in Camps Bay, Emerald Palms. A lot of land in Eleuthera which could be developed, and a lot of land in Andros as well. Tens of thousands of acres of land in Andros.
What do you see happening with the Hotel Corp, though? Because it certainly isn't what it was when you first went there 35 years ago.
Actually, in the former administration, I think they had said that they are closing down the Hotel Corporation.
That was the
that
thought.
was the thought. But staff was still there, and I think from whatever I see, they still have it. They have a board there, but they have lots of land, and I think it was always starting from Mr. Paul Arelli's days. We were always trying to find a development plan for Eleuthera and Andros, but it has not happened. But perhaps this time, when American economy emerges out of recession, and there are a lot of interest outside, I think that time Andros will take up, as well as beautiful land areas in Eleuthera.
Yeah.
which can be developed into world-class resorts.
Mhm. 2004, and you named advisor to the Prime Minister.
Yes. I think that time the government had started negotiating the Bahamar project. The Prime Minister that time, and who's also the Prime Minister now, Honorable Perry Christie, had the vision to privatize the airport as well. So these were two projects among many others he had in mind where he wanted me to work on. So I was transferred from the airport to be the financial advisor to the Prime Minister. It was like a full-time job to negotiate Bahamar,
Yeah.
to look for the privatization of the Nassau International Airport. And it did happen. By 2005, we were able to conclude our negotiations with Mr. Sarkis Ismailyan to sign the heads of agreement with him for something like $2 billion development on Cable Beach, which is happening now, and by December 2014 it will all be completed. The airport, because the government did not have the money to put all the money required in that airport. I was in the first year of Operation Airport Authority, was able to get it out of red at that time, but it could not continue. The airport was started incurring losses to the tune of some $3 million a year, plus the fact that there was a lot of capital investment required under the master plan. So our job was to look for somebody to take over the airport, put it in the private hands. And surprisingly enough, we were pleasantly surprised that there were some world-class 4 companies who were interested. And then we shortlisted this Canadian company, YVRAS, Vancouver Airport Services. We started negotiating with them. It was not easy thing. We did our best to negotiate it. So we put together a management agreement. We put together a development agreement for them, and which called for building of new 3 terminals: the new US terminal, the arrival terminal, and the domestic and the international departures. The security was passed on to remained with the security of the airport, remained with the airport authority, and a NAD was created in late 2006, Nassau Airport Development Company, which got the lease of the airport for 30 years. It also got the operating powers to operate the airport under the transfer agreement. And then they appointed YVRAS as the manager, and they appointed YVRAS as the project managers. NAD creation meant that we were able to raise the money totally as a private entity. I think big money, something like $410 million, without government's involvement. Government didn't have to do anything to raise those monies. NAD raised that money, and if I may say so, airport is the single largest project which has attracted so much money, like $410 million. And good news is that, and we as a Bahamians, we are very proud that we were able to finish, we were able to complete the project in time within our budget of $409 million.
So you've had these massive projects that have been successful under your belt. Which one of those makes you the most proud? Are you equally as proud of all of them?
You know, Mr. Newbold, I say to myself that I have been very fortunate to work with certain people in this country. I have worked for at least 7, 8 different chairmen.
Yes.
Here at Hotel Corporation, and the airport authority, right from Sir Lyndon Pinling, Mr. Paul Adderley, Sir Jeffrey Johnstone, and then Mr. Watson, Sir Baltron Bethel, and now Mr. Anthony McKinney. So, and each one of them, Sir Lyndon is, is like a banyan tree,
Yes. Yes.
and Mr. Paul Adderley, a legal luminary like him, to work with him. I think I have to give due credit to the people whom I worked with. They were kind enough to give me their confidence, and I took their confidence in me with a solemn pledge that I must excel in whatever I do.
Yeah.
So I'm proud that I was able to do all this, and I have a lot of other challenges ahead, and I hope that when American economy comes out of the recession, we will have very good years ahead of us here in this country.
So you're still associated with both the Hotel Corp and the Airport Authority?
I am associated right now with the Airport Authority as well as the Office of Prime Minister. I do projects from time to time for the Office of Prime Minister. And Airport Authority, I am the financial advisor to the board, and also I sit on the board of the Nassau Airport Development Company.
What haven't you done that you wanted to do? You'd still like to do if you can.
I'm not young, but I wish I could have played cricket. I could have at least
Cricket.
yes cricket, and at some time I would like to write a book.
Okay.
Like to write a book
And all the stuff that you haven't told me you're
on,
going to put in that
on
book.
Bahamas. I have a lot of interest in knowing about the history of the Bahamas, its people, and I think that at some point of time I will be able to write a book.
And we look forward to reading that book.
So,
Thank you very much.
okay.
Thank you
Thank-
for talking to me.
Thank you very much for your time.
And thank you for watching Legends, The Untold Story. I'm Anthony Newbold, and I've been speaking with Mr. Deepak Bhattanagar. Thank you again for watching. Good night.